Hi guys, Todd here again. Welcome back to my channel. Today I've got a special project to do, and I've got to do this before springtime hits us. Right now it's middle of February almost, and I got my RV back, our RV back from Lazy Days about a month ago. It was in there for a couple months, and they were doing some work on it, suspension work. They put safety steer on it, front sumo springs, and Coney shocks all around. And it's riding a whole lot nicer, like a brand new rig now. And there she is, guys. Anyways, today my project is I've got to install, let me get in here out of the light. I've got to install a new radio in this unit. I know you're saying, Todd, you just installed one a couple years ago, an ATOTO S8 Pro. I thought you loved it. I did love it, but it only lasted about 6 months. And on one of our trips we were taking, I noticed that the screen was non-functional. It didn't recognize any screen touches at all. So I contacted ATOTO, the company, and they gave me a full refund on it. But since I was out on the road, I had to buy a temporary stereo. They got a Planet Audio in there right now. You can see that's Planet Audio, and that's like a 7-inch monitor screen. This is the camera screen here. This is the Planet Audio radio, and it's kind of a smart radio. It does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto wirelessly. So I was like, all right, let's go with that temporarily. And now it's been a couple years since I had an ATOTO, and they're 2 generations newer now, newer and improved. So I got the ATOTO S8, as you see there on my dash. That's the S8. Right here. This thing looks very promising, so I wanted to show it to you guys today. I won't show too much of the installation because you can go back and watch my ATOTO video of the A6 Pro that I installed, which pretty much has the same wiring. So I'm going to install this today. You can watch along, and then mainly I want to show you the features, especially because this camera has, or not camera, this screen is a 10-inch screen. Much better for RV when you're driving down the road and you need your navigation to be visible to you. So now we'll be working with a 10-inch screen, so I'm excited about that, as well as having all the Android features and camera systems hooked up. So guys, let's get to it. Stay tuned. Alright, guess first thing we should do is what you get in the box with the ATOTO S8 Premium. This is the premium model. I like this one because it doesn't have a bezel around the 10-inch screen. It's completely flat like a tablet, easy to clean and wipe and touch all the corners of the screen if you need to. So I also bought this wireless steering wheel controller. I had this on my last one. This is, let me show you this first because I'm excited to have this function back on my steering wheel. Comes with your battery here, 2-sided sticky tape. This plugs into the back of your radio. This is the receiver, wirelessly connects to your controller right here. And it's got your major, all your basic functions. Your volume is around this ring here with the grip on the ring. Easily turn the volume up and down on your stereo. You got a back, a forward, or a hang up and a receive a call. You got a Android mic right here. You got a pause and play, and you've got a mute. All right there, and it's magnetic to this, which clamps around your steering wheel. And if you don't want to control it, say you want your passenger to control it, you just hand this off to your passenger and they can control this stereo. Now I see right out of the box this metal ring. I'm going to have to super glue this back to the back here. So that's a bit of a quality issue there. So we'll take a look at that in a minute. So it worked great on the last A6 ATOTO I had. All right, now let's see what we actually get in the stereo box. HD film, protective screen film, all sorts of manuals, guys. Warranty support. I told you they have good warranty because they did cover me on the defective one I had a couple years ago. And these are all the S8 models that they offer. So you might want to look at these. I'll leave all these in the video description link below in case you want to check them out, maybe get a different model that I got. And like I said, it's got a 10-inch display on this one. That's why I like it the most. All right, look at how big this is going to be. Huge. And see, I told you it's like a tablet. There's no plastic bezel around the side where you can't fit your finger into the corner to press a button or a back button or something. It's all smooth. It's all smooth, no bezel. I mean, there's a bezel built under the screen, that's it. And there's no functional or physical buttons. It's all built into the screen. So this screen we need to work, unlike the last model. But like I said, this is 2 generations newer. If you flip over, they've got a lot of experience now, I'm sure. This is a S8 G2114PM. It's a 3G plus 32G memory. Pretty much basic. Looks like the same wiring I had before. And right here at the top, there's where your memory card could go if you want to store extra music or files. And a mic is up here as well. So that's the radio unit. And then you get one extra box here. Here's all your wiring components. And I like this. They're all labeled. They're all labeled. You need them labeled so you can connect it to your RV main receiver harness. Here's your USB ports that you can plug into. One's for external storage, and the other one says it's a phone link. So if you want to connect your phone into it directly, you'll use this one. This for USB storage. This must be a GPS antenna, I would assume. Here's a mic, extension mic. You can put up closer to your headboard or A-pillar steering wheel. And this looks like a Wi-Fi antenna right here. You can stick on under the dash or up on your windshield, I would assume. And you've got your side mounting brackets, a pack of those. What you're going to need to adapt here to install into your factory dash. All right, that's all we have from now. So I'm going to go ahead and get started taking the old one out. I won't bore you too much with that. Stay tuned, guys. All right, and we're back, and I've finished the installation, guys. I've completed it today, and this sucker is cool as heck. Look at the large screen on this. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on for us. We'll see how it powers up with my radio button right here on the dash. Click that on. Notice the illumination of the buttons built right into the screen. You can pick your own logo for a boot up. And this is a Ford chassis, so I picked Ford. I would highly recommend an Android radio for your RV. If you're doing any RVing in a motorhome, even in like a pickup truck with a fifth wheel, something like this with a nice large screen makes it really helpful while driving down the road at say 60, 70 miles an hour in a large rig. So we'll go back to our home screen first. This is where we'll start. And I'm going to get you in closer here and get you direct at the screen as we go over some of the features and apps that might be beneficial to you while traveling in a motorhome and having an Android radio receiver like this. The sound is fantastic as well. let's take a closer look. All right, so I've already got all my apps loaded, all the necessary apps that I think I'll need while driving down the road or while parked in a shopping center parking lot waiting for my wife to shop for some groceries for us while I'm waiting out here in the RV with our doggy. And one thing I want to show you, while you're driving down the road, I've got 2 cameras hooked up to this. One is a front DVR, and that is always on. If this radio is on, the DVR is always recording. So if anything happens in front of you in your RV, you always have that recording. We'll look at that in just a moment. But I also have a rear view camera, but I actually have the rear view camera right up above here on the headboard facing back towards the passenger compartment in this RV. So if something's going on back there with a passenger or a guest, I can flick the switch right here on my dashboard, just turn the switch up, no matter what app I'm in, and it's going to go to this screen here. And you can see me right here in the driver's seat, and I can look and view at anything that's happening behind me without turning my head around while I'm driving down the road, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and flick the switch back off, and then it will continue on to where you were. It won't stop your music or anything. So another thing I want to show you is, let's just go into the DVR first, since we mentioned that. I've got 3 screens set up here, and it's just like a smartphone, Android smartphone or Android tablet. You can have as many screens as you want. If you want to see all your apps, you can go into the app drawer right there, or return back to your home screen or the home screen that you were previously on. But we're going to go into our HD DVR now. This is the front camera I told you I have mounted. And this is a driving video recorder. And as you can see, I have my shade down right here. And I'll lift this up. See if that's flashing? That means it's in record mode. So if this radio is on, this DVR is always recording. You don't have to remember to turn it on or anything like that. So I think that's a great feature. It's got an awesome screen to it as well. All right, so let me get this sunlight out of our screen here. We'll go back and go back home. Okay, now this is our actual music, and this is the music that I have loaded onto my phone. So these are the songs I have on my phone. We can go to our list right here. Actually, this is not on my phone. This is all on my phone or the SD card. An SD card can fit in up above here. If I go to SD card right here, these are the current songs I have on the SD card. So if we play one of those, I can turn it up from my steering wheel as well. Turn it up and down. I can play and pause from my steering wheel because I have this little wheel right here on my steering wheel. And it's got the volume control. It's got a assistant mic. This thing is magnetic, so you can pass it over to your passenger if you want them to control the music for you while you're driving down the road. We go ahead and hit play again. Volume up, volume down, pause. Next song. All this right from your steering wheel, which is pretty cool. I love this feature, and it's wireless. So let's go back to our home screen. So of course we covered the Bluetooth and micro SD card music right there. This is the control panel. If you want a radio, then here's the control panel for your radio. I have it on the second screen. And if you want to open the radio, you can either select this app or just click here on the radio app. So this is the radio app, and I like this radio here. I showed you this in the last ATOTO video when I did the install, but if you go out of state or something and you start getting staticky stations, just hit your search button again, and it's going to go through the whole dial and preload up all of these stations for you with something that comes in tune somewhat, if not perfectly. So these are all stations now that it just tuned into. And let's see, let's turn it up a bit.
I like that.
Yeah.
The free iHeartRadio app today.
See, that one's a little staticky, but these are stations that can get some reception. So let's go back. All right, so we covered the music apps. Now also as well on my home screen, I did get Pandora, works very well. And I gotta tell you, this, the music on here is fantastic. I guess it has to do with the speaker system, which I have 2 speakers up above in a ceiling where you usually don't have that in a vehicle, but in a motorhome you do. They're right above you, and also 2 front ones off to the side. And it just feels like a home theater in here. Of course, I got my Amazon Music. All these apps work really well. You can go into your Amazon Music and play your, if you have a subscription, you can play the subscription through Amazon, or the music that you have already downloaded. And of course, this is going to take a minute. No thanks. Yes. Okay. All right, so you've got all your Amazon Music and stuff like that. You can play it right from here in your Amazon app. Very cool. So I'm going to go ahead and close these open apps up. And we've got Prime Video. So if I want to watch video, say my wife goes into the store or something, like I said, going grocery shopping. Sometimes she can take up to a half hour or more. So I can sit out here and watch a TV show or something like that if I want. Pull it up on Amazon Prime Video. I mean, I just can't get over everything you can do right here from your driver or passenger seat while you're sitting in a parking lot or going down the road. It's just awesome. So here's like a movie on Amazon. So you get the idea. And of course we got weather. When you're on the road, you always need to check out the weather, what's ahead of you at the next campground or the next state you'll be in. So you can check the weather. You got the 10-day forecast. You've got the weather maps you can go to. So all this stuff is really nice to have. And this is stuff that you wouldn't normally have on a regular radio receiver in your vehicle. And of course, if you're sitting in a gas station or shopping mall, hit the smart news, catch up on your daily news, see what's going on around the world. And of course, you can set up different tabs that you want to keep track of what's going on in entertainment or regular mainstream news. So, I mean, everything's working great. So I love that. I got my news, my weather, and you've got, of course, navigation. You need your navigation. And I can just tap on the assistant mic. Directions to the nearest gas station. Works instantly. And then hit start on your navigation. We're ready to go. So it's navigation, and I love the huge screen you get on that navigation. And next up we got YouTube videos. So you want to watch a quick YouTube video or something while your spouse is in the shopping for groceries or something. So we can watch our favorite YouTube channel. We go here, let's check out this channel here. Of course we want to see some more of this channel, don't we? And this is our YouTube channel at TW Home Show, of course. Let's check this out. Video plays really well on here. So I'm going to show you how large the screen gets here. I'll skip this ad and enlarge it. Nice, beautiful YouTube picture. And you can also do the settings here. If you go out to settings and pick 1080p, that way you get nice video quality right here on your dash, guys. Right here. I'm loving this RV, especially with this new addition here. I had just enough room to fit it here on the dashboard, and I like that it's taken up all the room it has. Now also, if you want to connect in your smart Android phone, for wireless or wired Android Auto, I connected the USB to this top USB outlet right here. Then if I want to put a phone up here and connect it that way. But with this, I've got this connected to my T-Mobile router within the motorhome, and that's all I need. If the router's not working or it's spotty on the road, then I can actually connect Bluetooth or hotspot to my cell phone. So that works too. Just hotspot to your cell phone. Now, if I spent $200 more, this thing costs $399, about 400 bucks. For $599, they have one with a SIM card slot in it. But then I figured we're not in our RV, you know, all year round. But I'll still be paying like $15, $16 a month for that SIM card that's just sitting in here. So for the weeks or months that we go out on the road every year, I can hotspot it to my cell phone or use the T-Mobile SIM card in my router that's in this RV. And that's going to work out great for us. All right, what else do we have here? We scroll over here. I've got my Easy Touch RV thermostats. I've got one in the front and one in the rear thermostat. So if I'm just sitting up here, I want to turn the kitchen on or lower the temperature in the kitchen. Of course, not while driving. We won't have the power to do that. But if I'm up here doing some work and we're at a campsite, this is where you can power it on and change your temperature to kitchen or bedroom thermostat that we have in here. Okay. We've got Alexa on here. I've got my Gmail on here. And of course, you've got the Play Store. So guys, you can download any app that you're used to having on your smartphone or tablet at home. Just download it. Download it right here. Another thing I like that I have right here on the quick menu down here are my property video cameras, security cameras. So here's the RV right here outside the garage door where I'm currently working on it. Here's my office studio, the back porch, our back lake, our kitchen and living room area, and the front gate. Of course, we're right in front of that right now. There's the RV right there. Here's our Kentucky property backyard inside the garage at the Kentucky property. And there's where we normally would park our RV when we're up in Kentucky. And then you can enlarge it, of course, double tap it, and you've got full screen security camera live. And this is the IP Cam Viewer app. And of course, you can also move them around because these are pan and tilt cameras. And guys, that's about it. All these apps you have on here. And I know I'm probably missing something to show you, but I mean, the possibilities are endless. It's got a built-in equalizer as well on here. Front settings, rear settings, and the music sounds awesome on this radio. Something about the receiver in this thing gives you really rich, high quality. Guys, I want to thank you for tuning in to another one of my videos today, and I hope you enjoyed the presentation of the ATOTO S8 Gen 2, and it's the premium edition model, and it's about $400, but it's a 10-inch screen, well worth it. I'm very happy with it. I highly recommend it. I'll leave the links to this radio in the video description below this video. And guys, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you on the next one.